It's really here. Intake's done, intercooler pipe's done, turbo feed and drainer done. Exhaust is done, O2 sensor's hooked back up, wastegate dump tube is re-welded and hooked back up. It's time for first start. Just hooked up the battery. It's the moment of truth right here. First start on the Holset turbo. It's a used unknown condition turbo, so hopefully it's good. Let it prime the fuel a couple times. Here we go. It's gonna tick pretty loud. It's been sitting for a while. This lifter's got to pump up. Just got to let it idle and let that lifter pump up and she'll smooth right out. I'm gonna let it warm up. Well, here we are at the gas station, fueling it up, driving it for the first time on the Holset turbo. So far it sounds good, no smoke, turbo's spooling fine. Haven't hit boost yet, gotta warm the car up, but pretty soon. We're doing it, we're driving the probe on a Holset. So here's how this is going to go. I'm on the 26 PSI TO4B map, and I have the boost turned all the way down to wastegate, which is between 12 and 14 pounds of boost. So the turbo should make between 12 and 14 pounds, and hopefully it's not flowing more air than the TO4B on 26 pounds, and my AFRs will still be good. But I want to see how much this thing lags. I'm on pump gas with the race gas ultra concentrate still. So I'm hoping this turbo is not going to make a ton of power on that low a boost. But we're about to find out right now. Alright, that's to the wood. Alright, no boost. So it looks like oiling to the turbo is bad, or the turbo itself is bad. That really sucks. Nothing. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna turn up the boost a little bit and see if somehow that makes a difference. Maybe this turbo is just too big for that wastegate spring. I don't know. I gave the boost controller a couple turns. Nothing. Fuck. That sucks, man. Alright, so first drive on the Holset was not a success. We have a problem with no boost. So either the turbo is bad, the intake is too much of a restriction, or there's an oiling issue. So I'm going to check out all three and figure out what I figure out. Alright, so we definitely have an oil leak. So I'm going to fix that. I'm going to take the intake off and see if that makes any difference. Alright, so I had a decent oil leak before, fixed that, took the intake off, turbo is spinning at idle. So, I'm gonna go and try and see if she'll make boost this time. Blow-off valve is operating properly. You can see where the blades have hit the housing. Look at the edge of the compressor wheel there and the housing. See how it's scuffed? But then look at this. I don't know if I can film this or not. We'll see. Hold on. No fucking play. And it spins freely. Like, I'm completely at a loss with this thing. I don't know what the hell to do. Coupler is on, clamped. No holes in it. It's tight. Tight on that side. No holes in this coupler. It's tight. That coupler, it's tight. Doesn't have any holes in it. This coupler, it's tight. No holes in it. This coupler, no holes in it. It's tight. This coupler is connected. No holes in it. And then the throttle body boot is tight on the intercooler pipe, tight on the throttle body, no holes in it. My little 3-year-old vacuum emergency cap is still holding up, so I just leave that bitch. It doesn't have any holes. It's not leaking. All the vacuum lines are on. Compressor housing is seated properly on the turbo. The snap ring is in place all the way around. I don't know. I'm gonna have to fucking pull this turbo off right after I get the setup together, which sucks. To the wood. Alright, no boost. So it looks like oiling to the turbo is bad, or the turbo itself is bad. That really sucks. Nothing. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna turn up the boost a little bit and see if somehow that makes a difference. Maybe this turbo is just too big for that wastegate spring. I don't know. I gave the boost controller a couple turns. Alright, so I got my short block up on the engine crane here. This is the fresh one ready to go into the white car, and I just put a new rear main in it with a new rear main seal housing gasket, and I'm about to put the clutch and flywheel on, and then we can mate the tranny and theoretically drop it in the car. I kind of wanted to get this down and pressure wash the engine bay first, but I don't think that's going to happen, and most of it's going to be covered up anyway. So I'll just deal with it as I go. I'll try and clean up like the frame rails and stuff while the engine's out, because there's not a lot there, so they should just wipe right off. But other than that, I'm not too horribly concerned with making it look perfect. I'll clean it up after the engine's in there and I can see what's exposed. But finally got my gasket kit, got my Felpro head gasket, and a little trick I learned over the years is when you're looking for an upper end gasket kit, this is perfect. You buy an eBay head gasket kit, which comes with everything for about 35 to 60 bucks, depending on what deals you can find. And you just throw the head gasket away because it's no good and use a Felpro, but then it comes with every other gasket you need. Valve stem seals, turbo gaskets, exhaust manifold and intake gaskets, camshaft seal, valve cover gasket, Comes with throttle body gasket, EGR gasket, everything. Water pump housing, or excuse me, distributor housing gasket. So I mean, it comes with every gasket that you need. It comes with the O-ring for the distributor. I mean, it comes with everything, and it's way cheaper than buying like a Felpro intake gasket kit, which is like $100. And all these seals are decent enough quality. I've never had one leak on me, so that's a little trick. But when I come back, I will have the clutch and flywheel on. I'm going to need to torque these flywheel bolts, and I need you to hold the engine because I got to go 75 foot-pounds, and it's going to try and bounce around on the crane.
But you set it down.
Yeah, I don't want to set it on the floor anymore because I fucking already messed up the dust guard for the fucking tranny.
Oh, that lower one?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you didn't run those anyway.
Well, I don't because I lose them most of the time, but I'm putting this one together right, so I figured I would use it. Anyway, one of the things I learned, always put red Loctite on your flywheel bolts because you do not want that bitch coming loose at 6,000 RPM.
No. You did that on mine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so got the flywheel torqued down. Yes, it looks like shit. It'll be fine. The wrench with a bell housing bolt is a trick I learned how to torque flywheels without the engine rotating. Fucking Facebook taught me a good one. But yep, so now I just got to get the clutch disc and pressure plate on, get them aligned, torqued down, and then it's time to mate up the tranny. There we go, got the clutch disc and flywheel on. Now I just need to bolt up the pressure plate, and the long block, or short block, excuse me, is pretty much ready to drop in the car. Already got sensors in the back of the block, got the alternator on. I just need to do the turbo feed line, and that's about it on the back of the block. Everything else is pretty much good to go. Alright, the factory clutch and pressure plate that were in amazing condition still are back in. Flywheel's torqued with red Loctite. Pressure plate bolts are torqued, and how you know that it's good to go is you should be able to slide this in and out like so into the pilot bushing and out. So that's how you know it's aligned. Alright, let's see if she'll fire. Stop, stop. Fuel line leaking. Yep, right here at your fuel filter.
Damn it.
Alright, let's try this again.
Ready?
Yep.
I'm not getting anything. No
Clutch, you gotta put the clutch in. Try one more time. Okay, stop. Seems like the injectors aren't firing. We got fuel pressure to the rail, so we just changed the distributor out with one we think is good, and we're going to try again. No dice. Alright, so I think we've discovered the problem. The line from the pulse dampener is supposed to be going to the fuel pressure regulator, and the line from the, to the fuel filter. And the line from the fuel pressure regulator goes to the return. So we have to switch this line, and it should fire. Alright, in theory, this time it should start. Go ahead and prime it the right way, though.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Leaky leak?
Hit it again. Sounds like it, but I'm not seeing one. Hold on. Keep hitting it. I need you in there. I'm trying to determine where it's coming from.
return line?
I don't think so. I think I'm just hearing the pull stamping her, because I don't see any leaks.
I hear something, but I don't know what that is. Sounds like air.
Try it again. Alright, hold on. Last try, let's see if this works.
Uh-oh. Now I got nothing.
What? I'm not
Oh, I got nothing at all.
Your
Oh,
terminal's off.
Try this again.
Backfire.
Is that what it was? Do it again?
Backfire.
Okay, yep. Try this again.
Alright, should I give it a little throttle?
No.
No. Okay. Alright, here we go.
Yeah! There it is, baby! Running Pro GT. Saved another one. Keep it running. Yeah, baby. That is a man relishing in a long project coming to a close right there. She's live! Yes! Yes! So Chris's car is running, got the engine and trans fully mounted in the car, got the rear wiring harness hooked up to the starter and alternator. So now I just need to get the head dropped off, get it back, throw the manifolds and everything on it, hook up electrical connectors, exhaust manifold and turbo system, and this thing will be good to rock, man. We're getting closer. Chris's car just fired for the first time. Hell yeah. So yeah, lots of progress made today. Alright, so progress for the day. Chris's car is now running. Just got to do some buttoning up, bleed the clutch, bleed the brakes, that kind of thing. And then the white car, I got the rear main in, flywheel torqued on, clutch installed, tranny made it up. Dropped it in the car, all the engine mounts are connected, got the head gasket ready to go, got the battery tray in, fuse box ready to go, all the electronics are connected to the starter and alternator. So yeah, this one I'm just going to have to wait to get the cylinder head back from the shop, bolt that all together, put manifolds on, fluids, all that stuff, and this will be ready to go. I got to put the axles in, but I need new axle seals, so I'm waiting on doing that, but a lot of progress made today. Got the maroon probe Chris's car running after 2 years, and a couple weekends into this car, and the engine, tranny, and everything is already coming together, so lots of progress. Got the old pistons and rods I still need to clean up, still need to replace that rod, get the rings out of it. I got to put a new crank in this short block, and then I'll just rebuild it and put these pistons and stuff back in it and have a good short block ready to go for whatever car blows up next, which is inevitable.
Ah, shit.